Hi guys, welcome back. So last time what we were doing was we were inside this cave and we wanted to have the option for them to try and take the key from the skeleton. If they take the key from the skeleton wakes up and attacks, and then we're going to have a fight. So we're going to create a new class for managing the fight. We'll call it, oops, capital letter, sorry. We'll call it Combat Manager. And the reason I'm going to do it in a new class is it's a separate entity by itself. It doesn't really make sense for it to be inside the story. We could put it inside the story class, but then it starts to become more like a procedural program. So let's try and keep our objects separate. And I accept anyone watching, I probably should have done that with the different rooms, but we'd need to do something that we don't have yet. So later with that. So in the Combat Manager, it's going to be basically a rock, paper, scissors with two combatants. So we're going to have define, check, attack. Okay, and it's going to have self, of course, and it will have C1, which is going to be the first character, probably the player, and it will have C2, which is going to be the NPC, or let's call him NPC. There we go. We'll call him PC. That makes more sense. Okay, so we'll have player character and non-player character. So in here we want to say, first of all, we want to keep repeating until one of them dies. So we're going to say while PC.isDead. Now remember, that's a method we made up here that says if its hit points is less than 1. So if the PC is dead, but we want it to be the opposite of that. We want it to be the alive. So we say while not dead, and npc.isDead, but in this case it's going to be not. Okay, and I need my thingy. There we go. I need my colon on the end there. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to ask the player, do you want to attack or defend? But I can only accept two answers. So I want to steal, which is perfectly acceptable, my method from my story here that checks answers. So let's stick that in there. Oops, I didn't copy it somehow. Let's try again. Copy, paste, there we go. So I'm going to have a check answer method. Just the same as like we did before, and I'm going to say, let's call it ATK equals check answer, there we go. Sometimes I zone out when I'm doing these things, it's not good. Attack equals check answer. We need the question. Let's say attack, attack or defend. And we're going to have the options. So we're going to have the option is attack, and the other option is defend. And remember to put them in a list. Now, again, I kind of repeating myself here, but you can make your combat manager way more complex. You can have, magic attack, special defense. You can make it as complex as you like. I'm just trying to keep it reasonably simple for timekeeping. Okay, so it's going to check the answer of the attack to make sure it's correct, and then what we want to do is we want to take their answer, and depending on what they put, we want to get the result. Now, the thing is, our skeleton is also going to attack or defend. So what I want to do is, inside of my character class, I'm going to add in one down here, and I'll just call it RND attack. And that's going to be for when we have a non-player character, and we want to know if they're attacking, defending. So we're going to do ATK equals random dot choice brackets, and again I'm doing it as a list because you might want to add in more later, and let's have attack or defend, and then we want to return ATK. Okay, so that's just for non-player characters, and it'll so that we know if the skeleton basically is going to attack or defend, so that we can measure up what happens. Okay, and then we're just getting into like a simple if statement here to resolve our combat. So if, oh sorry, I want to do NPC ATK equals NPC dot RND attack. Okay, so that's going to get a random, that's going to call this method and return the attack. Okay, and then we want to start basically comparing these two together. Excuse me, my itchy nose. So if ATK equals, with the double, I forgot that last time, attack. Okay, then we're going to do inside here if NPC ATK equals attack, and this is just kind of what we did with the rock paper scissors things way back. So this is going to say the player says they're attacking, and the NPC says they're taking it, says they're attacking, then they both attack, and they're both going to take full damage. So we're going to say PC dot, what's the option for take damage? Take damage. And so they'll both take full damage, so that's going to be NPC dot get attack. So here what we're saying is the player character is going to take the damage equal to the NPC's random attack, and then we just want to reverse exactly that. So we just want to change this to PC and change this one to NPC. Okay, and the other option, else, so that means that the NPC has defended, which let's say that means, well, we can just copy this. But what I'm going to add in here this time is, so if they attack and the other person blocks, then the PC is going to take, let's say that's good for the defender. Let's say the defender gets more. So the NPC is going to take damage divided by 3, and it's going to be the attack divided by 2. Is that going to work? Hang on. Hang on. So the player is going to take the NPC, half of the NPC's attack, and if the NPC is going to take the player's attack divided by 3, so that means the NPC potentially will take less damage. It depends on how much damage each of the characters are doing, so it's going to be maths at that point as to whether it works out. Okay, and then else, so that's where the option is attack equals the player's defending. We basically want to do exactly the same thing, but we want to switch it around. So this one, the player is defending, So if the NPC is attacking, then we want it to be like this, but switched, don't we? Okay, I may be making mistakes here. NPC, PC, PC, NPC. Okay, and then the other way around, if that's defend and defend, then it's going to say no damage. Okay, now let's put out some print statements here so that they know what's going on. In fact, let's just print the hit points here. Okay. Print player plus ATK. So that's going to say what they do. And then print. We could do npc.getName. I'm just going to put npc plus npc ATK. Okay, now what would be nice would probably be if you printed out the damage there. Yeah, I'm just a bit lazy to do that because it's going to take time and I'm running out of time for this video. Now I really want to get this one finished because these videos are taking way longer than I planned for this activity, but still. So let's say at the end I'm just going to print print player has, oops, quotation marks, player has plus pc.hp plus space hit points. So you could do it like that, and then we're going to do the same thing here. NPC has NPC hit points. Okay, so hopefully that's going to work. So what we have to do then is make our characters and get them running, and let's see if that works. So inside story, let's see, when they enter the cave, I'm going to say scale equals character, and I'm going to assign, I want them to be weaker than my hero, because, you know, that's the way games work. Where am I? Skeleton equals character, and let's say it's going to have 50 hit points and a maximum of 8 attack points. Okay, and then I also want to create, let's do it in the story itself. When we initialize, I'm going to do self.cm for combat manager equals combat manager, is that what I called it? Capital M? Yeah, combat manager. Save, and then my video is going to run out of time here, I'm afraid, but let's see. All I have to do is when we take the key down here, I'm going to say self.cm, and it's going to be self.pc, and then oops, that should be, and self.scale. Okay, I'll finish this off in the next video we do.